Assignment 1 focuses on research design after an initial discussion of the information landscape, and you'll have a presentation to deal with regard to that. For each assignment, there is a backgrounder, and the backgrounder, if you see on the left here, you'll see background and then the assignment for each of them. So Assignment 1, background, begins with the concept that research has a purpose. By this, I mean that research is problem-based. It is not a matter of describing things that exist already or looking something up in order to find an answer, but it's a matter of identifying a problem to resolve or an issue to deal with that will require analysis. You'll have a problem statement initially, and then you will have to do research in order to be able to gather data to analyze in order to come up with a conclusion, which is not going to be a simple, easy thing to resolve. So research has a purpose, and there's also a difference between data and information. This is quite important. We can easily gather data. We gather data every day, pieces of information that we make use of to deal with things in life. But what we need to be doing is problem solving rather than gathering data. Now, the first part of this, as you see in the assignment here, there's some assignment instructions there. The first part of this is viewing a presentation. What is scholarship and answering some questions. This is fairly straightforward. But then you need to choose two topics. These can be from a research project that you're doing in another course, or it can be a topic of interest to you. Make sure that these topics, though, are researchable. And I'd recommend that you email me the two topics before you start, and I'll have a look at them and make some suggestions, see whether they're really viable for this kind of research. Now, for each of these topics, the first thing you need to do is develop a working knowledge, which is a basic understanding of the main features of it, enough so that you could talk about the topic for a minute or so. Now, we are going to use Wikipedia as one source, and then for the other source, we're going to be using encyclopedias from our research guides. These are more formal, published encyclopedias. And let me just show you how you get to those. If you go to the library homepage, just like that, click on Research Guides, and then Research Guides, you'll get a list of guides. Now I'm going to go to the Religious Studies Guide. And here you will see encyclopedias. You'll also see commentaries on the Old Testament and New Testament. These are electronic commentaries. If your topic is a biblical passage, then your second reference source or second encyclopedia will actually be a commentary. So you can click on one of the commentaries and then find the biblical book you want and choose a commentary and find the passage. And that will be what you use to get a basic working knowledge of that passage. But beyond that, if you're looking at any topic in, say, religion, this is divided by Bible reference, Dead Sea Scrolls, Ancient Near East, theology, church history, denominations, apologetics, ethics, ministry, counseling, religious movements, world religions, and so on. Each of these dictionaries and encyclopedias will offer you access to a particular article on whatever you're dealing with. These ebooks are a bit challenging to use, and we'll be showing you a little bit more about that with the next assignment. But try your best to find a reference article that is dealing with whatever topic you're dealing with. Basic summary of the subject matter of whatever you're covering. Once you've found it, you'll need to make a summary of the two sources that you've used, Wikipedia and the established source. Make a summary in a brief form of the basic knowledge that you need to gain from the topic. After you've done that, you need to move to choose a research question to deal with. Now, this is in several parts, and the first part will be this first assignment, where you suggest 3 to 4 possible research questions. Now, these are very challenging because research questions are not the easiest thing to deal with. And here's the research questions. Uh, you have to make sure that they are not something you could just merely look up in a source and find the answer to. They're going to have to be analytical. And we have a presentation here, Finding a Research Problem, which looks at the nature of these. The appendix in the textbook is really helpful in giving you lots of examples of good and bad research questions. And so really work on this, make them problem-based as much as possible. Choose one of those research questions out of the 3 or 4 as the one that you're going to use. And recognize that it might need some refinement, it might need some further development. And then create a 3 to 4 point potential outline. This will be kind of a roadmap for doing your research in this part of research design. If you need help with that, there's a presentation here, creating preliminary outlines. And then be sure you have a look at the rubrics down below. And once again, moving up the scale here to the top of this assignment, I want to remind you, use the assignment template. Just click on it here, and a rich text document will move to your downloads or the bottom of your screen. You can open that up, and it'll serve as a word processor that will outline the assignment, and you can just fill in the details that you have, and then email that assignment to me. Thanks very much.